Recently, many employers have been asking about educational assistance programs and in particular student loan reimbursement programs. These arrangements are permitted under Internal Revenue Code Section 127. Educational assistance programs have been around for a while, and these are the programs that are limited to $5,250 annually, and are often used by employers to have employees receive higher education degrees, for example, an MBA, in order to advance the interests of employers. The recent change to law back in 2020 allowed employers to not only reimburse for current qualifying educational expenses, but also with respect to student loans. So this would allow an employer to not only reimburse them for an employee for qualified educational expenses that they're taking while employed by the employer, but also for education taken before employment and with respect to the employee has a student loan. So this is a valuable tool for employers. In 2020, pursuant to the CARES Act, the code was amended to allow such programs, the student loan programs, to be provided up to the end of 2020. Recently, the law extended that sunset to the end of 2025. So this allows employers who have been thinking about implementing such a program to really give a harder look at such programs, and particularly if they're looking to attract or retain talent. Some of the basics of a Code Section 127 program basically has to be a written program, can't be discriminatory in favor of highly compensated individuals or owners, and we have to make the program, give notice to employees of that program on a reasonable basis. Some of the design elements that you may be considering as a result of implementing a 127 loan forgiveness program include what are your eligibility requirements going to be? For example, are you going to limit it to just new hires, or are you going to make it generally available to all qualifying employees? Also, are you going to limit it to a certain classification of employees? Remember, I indicated that you can't do it or can't set up a program that discriminates in favor of highly compensated employees. But if you're providing this benefit to limited class of rank and file employees, for example, you shouldn't run into any discrimination problems. Also, with respect to benefits, are you going to provide the maximum benefit, annual benefit, which is $5,250, something larger than $5,250, in which case the amount in excess of $5,250 will have to be taxable. So that's a consideration. Also, there are other provisions that you can add into your program. For example, are you going to require a certain length of service after payment for the student loan in order to be eligible, not to have that amount clawed back by the employer, for example, require another year of service after providing a reimbursement amount. So these are all elements that can go into Section 127 plan. We're seeing more and more employers consider these programs, and we're happy to help if you have any questions or want to implement such a program. Thank you.